Yahoo! Finally, Xiangli Yao is here, and we finally get our copy of this amazing Electro DPS unit. So if you don't have your copy yet, what are you waiting for? Get that 6,000 points from the Moon Glow event. And in this video, we are going to talk about how to build him. So, let's go, let's do this, let's roll that intro. I can't wait anymore. Intro now, let's go! Ah, kamusta? Hello everyone, kamusta mga kapitbahay, mga kapatid, mga katropa, mga kababayan? Hello everybody on YouTube, everyone in the whole world, basically, yeah. And at exactly 10 a.m. this morning, finally got my copy of Xiangli Yao. And it's through sheer dedication that we were able to get this character by getting 6,000 points for the Moon Glow event. And as you've seen, I've got like 51,000. Is it like 50 something thousand? So imagine if they're giving this away for every 6,000, a copy of Xiangli Yao for every 6,000 points from the Moon Glow event. I would have easily sequenced 6 this guy. But of course, they had to make money. But thank you so much, Kuru Games. Thank you for this character, this 5-star unit. And you gave us a free copy of this guy. And oh my god, he's good. He's so good, it makes me feel guilty getting him for free. I haven't fully built him yet, and already he is dealing a lot of damage. Kuru Games, I don't deserve this. What have I done to deserve this great character? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Jokes aside though, the guy is good. Guy is really amazing. Okay, let's start it off with his combat profile or play style. Let me just explain this. Number one, the dude is sick. No, not really. He is a hyper carry type DPS unit. He has the ability, because he's a gauntlet user. He has the ability to constantly constantly deal electro damage to enemies. Okay. He also has a huge backloaded damage from his Resonance Liberation once the cube bursts. And finally, he has very high scaling damage, and I think he's probably one of the characters right now in the game that has a complete team that could be built around him. Because you have Yinlin, and you have Verena, and that makes up a complete team. However, okay, I would say that he's not completely free-to-play friendly. And this is mainly because there's just not enough gauntlet weapons in the game right now that would actually be useful for him. So, the top weapon, of course, is his passive slot, Verity's Handle. It has crit rate in the main stats, along with the huge attack of 588 there. And when you cast your Resonance Liberation, you will gain additional damage bonus for the next 8 seconds, which means basically that you can do after you do your Resonance Liberation, you can do your Resonance skills in order to fill up the gauge and keep doing that for the next 3 turns, right? His second best weapon, I would say, is a 4-star weapon from the Battle Pass, the Stoner, which has 413 attack and 20.3% crit rate. At R1, when you do your Resonance skill, it will increase the wielder's, or in this case Xiangli Yao's, Resonance Liberation damage by 18%. Again, that's only for R1. It can scale all the way, I think, to like 30 something. And it lasts for 15 seconds, which is perfect when you do your Resonance Liberation and do the sequence of attacks needed to deal more damage. And finally, at number 3 is the regular Wish Banner weapon, the Abyss Surges, which has flat attack and attack percent in its main attacks, but it provides you with energy regen by up to 12.8% at R1. It also provides basic attack damage bonus by 10% and the resonance skill damage bonus by another 10%. However, this is only good if you have enough crit rate in your Xiangli Yao from your echoes. If not, well, good luck. So why are those two top weapons the best for him, the Stonard and the Verity's Handle? It's mainly because of the buff provided into the Resonance Liberation for Xiangli Yao, because his playstyle requires you to, of course, like you have to fill the gauge, and then once the gauge is full, or when your Resonance Liberation is full, you have to take advantage of that Resonance Liberation in order and then you have to, once you activated your resonance liberation, you have to activate your resonance skill again and do the string of attacks in order to fill your forte gauge and do your forte circuit. And the duration of this allows you to do it for like at least 3 attempts during his resonance liberation. So let's talk about his play style, the best way to play him. Your normal attacks will help you fill your forte gauge. Normal attacks will include your basic attack, plunging attack, flying attack, and heavy attack. Okay. Activate your resonance skill, and your normal attack will be converted into forte circuit attacks. And keep doing your normal attacks until your forte circuit fills up, and then you do your resonance skills again in order to activate a strong attack. Once your resonance liberation is ready to go, hit the resonance liberation, activate it, and you will notice that your forte circuit gauge will change. Hit your resonance skill if it's available already and perform normal attacks. You will be performing forte circuit attacks then by hitting your normal attack button until you've collected 5 stacks of the cube needed to activate the big attack. Once all 5 cubes have been gathered and have stacked, activate your resonance skill again, and then you will deal massive damage, including damage from your resonance liberation cube that will also burst. Note that the duration is kind of long, so you can loop this attack during the resonance liberation phase. I think you can perform it multiple times, maybe up to 4. I've only done it 3, so I'm not sure if it could go to 4, but it's possible. Now let's go to his echoes. My top choice is go with Void Thunder. However, if you prefer, you could also use Lingering Tunes, which will increase your attack. However, Void Thunder provides electro damage bonus, and if you equip him with the Thundering Mephis, you can also even gain additional bonus for your Resonance Liberation. As for Lingering Tunes, it actually provides you with more attack stats, and if you equip the Mech Abomination as your main echo, then he will also provide you with additional attack stats. For the 4 cost, go with the attack and crit rate main stat echo. And I say crit rate mainly because Xiangli Yao actually unlocks crit damage in his talents. So he will get enough crit damage. The concern is, will you be able to get enough crit rate? So unless you have a lot of crit rate in your other echoes from your substats, or if you have his best in slot weapon, which provides crit rate, I would suggest go with crit rate in your main echoes main stats. Otherwise, like it's up to you if you wanna put in an attack and crit damage on your 4 cost echo. For the 3 cost, you go with electro damage. For the first one, go with electro damage and attack main stats, and for the second one, personally, I would go with another electro damage and attack echo there because I want to exploit his electro damage capability. You may also want to consider using 3 cost echoes with a flat attack and attack percentage main stats. Personally, I would go with 2 electro damage and attack main stats for both the 3 costs. Like I said, I want to exploit his ability to deal so much electro damage. As for the one cost, the two one cost echoes, very simple. Just go with attack and HP main stats for both. For substats, of course, your priority will be to get as much crit as possible on Xiangli Yao. Note that he is able to unlock crit damage, so it's probably more beneficial for you to go with as much crit rate as your priority for crit. And then you go with crit damage based on how many crit rate you currently have. Your second priority, I would say, would be to get the Resonance Liberation damage bonus. Then you follow that up with attack percentage, ER percentage, and flat attack. With ER, make sure to reach at least around 130%. Now let's go into your talents or skills. I would suggest that you go with your Liberation first, followed by your Forte Circuit, and then your normal attacks. And then at the bottom, your Outro skill and Resonance skill. As for the unlockables, I would suggest going with attack percentage first, and then unlock your inherent skills, and then you go unlock your crit damage percentage. For sequences, I will give you a brief explanation, very brief explanation. Obviously, sequences will make him even better than just being a S0 character. So if you're planning to dominate the world, I would say like the sequences that would be really beneficial are S2, S4, and S6. Your S1 will provide a bonus passive damage. Okay, so there's gonna be an additional damage which is passive, will just ignite at a specific time while your Xiangli Yao is on field. Your S2 is actually a personal crit buff, increasing further his crit damage during his Resonance Liberation. S3, on the other hand, is a Resonance skill buff. As for S4, it will provide a team buff, increasing the Resonance Liberation of the entire party. S5 provides an outro buff and a Resonance Liberation buff for Xiangli Yao. And finally, S6 is gonna provide a Reso skill buff. Now, if you're wondering what should be your team comp for Xiangli Yao, don't worry, I got you covered. First off, you need to have a sub DPS slash support unit. This unit will not only deal additional damage, but you want a character that will also provide some kind of coordinated damage or passive damage, or off-field damage. So for your sub DPS, your second unit, your sub DPS slash support, at the high end, you have 5-star Yin Lin. For a 4-star option, you would like to go with somebody like Yuan Wu. Both units can provide energy regeneration. Also, if you have Yin Lin, her passive, her outro skill actually provides electro damage bonus. Plus, both of these characters can actually provide off-field coordinated damage. Okay? Now, Yuan Wu, you could build him as a support using Moonlit Clouds just to increase your Xiangli Yao's attack. So, like in my case, my Yuan Wu is built as a Moonlit Clouds user, and it's the 5-piece effect as well as the effect of the Heron. If you're using the 4-cost Heron as your main echo, it will also increase your damage. The damage of the incoming Resonator. So, the third Resonator in your team, I would suggest putting a healer slash support in there. And Verena and Baishi are what I feel the best right now at those roles. So Verena is your 5-star option, and I think everybody has Verena because we got her for free. And then Baishi is your 4-star option. Both can provide healing. Of course, Verena provides better healing compared to Baishi, but both of them can do it. And depending on how you build them, if you equip them both with the Geo Chalone as your main echo, they can also provide shields. In addition, if you've unlocked sequence 2 of Verena, I believe it's sequence 2, you actually obtain a shield automatically when your HP is really, really, really low. And if you don't know yet, both of them actually provides a buff to attack. And Verena's buff is actually team-wide. Everybody gets it once she heals, right? And finally, they could also provide off-field coordinated damage. And Verena is actually her burst, or her resonance liberation is actually an off-field damage support. At the end of the day, though, you know, like you would want definitely to go with Yinlin and Verena as the other 2 units with your Xiangli Yao, as this is the most optimal, in my opinion, the most optimal team for Xiangli Yao. So finally, it's almost done. It's almost finished. I've been awake since 4 o'clock this morning working on this video, and I finished this at around 1:30 p.m. So you could just imagine how tired and relieved I am at this point. So after I post this, I am going to take a nap. I need additional sleep. Anyways, I hope this video is very helpful in your Xiangli Yao journey. I'm hoping that if you find this entertaining and helpful, please don't hesitate to give it a like. And of course, like, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can get all the other all the newest videos that I'm posting. Also, I want to say thank you to Kuru Games, of course, like for this free character, free 5-star resonator. And you know what? I want to thank you, like the community, because I have never had a community before that isn't toxic. Okay, so I really enjoyed the comments that you guys leave. I read them all. I do my best to comment and reply to all of them, and I'm really happy, really happy that so far we've kept toxicity levels at a very minimum. Okay, so I'm proud of the community. I'm happy with everybody who's been posting. A lot of the people who's posting has been very helpful to others, so that's great. Thank you so much, guys. And that's it. If you want to watch more of my videos, please don't hesitate to click the thumbnails, and yeah, binge watch all you want. So of course, like subscription and likes and comments, really appreciated. I'll see you in my next video. Paalam. Thank you. Bye-bye.